Turtles trying to talk. The Caribbean maids of the Seashore Allure Resort carry armfuls of plush towels to and fro. They say good morning to the guests who step outside their rooms, relaxed for a day in the sunshine. The 5 turtles make their way to the bay. They want to migrate this year in airplanes instead of underwater. For this, they will need to become sociable. 3 upright turtles appeared poolside to one maid who gasped and spoke in Spanish. Somehow, the hind fins were supporting these 5 leatherbacks who stood upright. The turtles filing into the pool area are not unlike the absurd commercials designed to have us remember products with zany CGI animation. But these turtles are really walking, and they smell like the ocean. The turtles are moved by the same force who holds their fins out and is prayed to in a church, each pantomiming a walk like a big baby hand. It is prayed to in the local church. The maid stood open-mouthed in her cotton shorts. The sight of these turtles had made her amazed. Yet it was not unlike seeing a sea turtle when scuba diving in aquamarine light and fused waters, because the turtle's demeanor was still slow-going, preoccupied with going steady. They did not shock the maid, just amazed her. She did not run away and watch the turtles go round the pool and lift up the grill. Then the senora left. When she returned from the laundry room, a leatherback waddled up to her like a doll in the universe's grip, and it managed to say a few words. "Where do you go?" The upright leatherback turtle gasped. Then it returned to the other turtles, who are also learning to talk. It was not, "Where do you go?" the turtle meant. The group meant to inquire where one could go to hitch a ride to the north. When the senora came back again to the pool area after using glass cleaner on the burners of a second-floor condominium, a different turtle approached her and opened its beak to ask, "Where do airplanes go?" "Ah, St. Thomas Airport." Relief and excitement wiggles in the turtles' hearts like jello. They had asked an effective question. They crossed the street and dove back into the water. They would need to assimilate with the islanders over the next months and gather what education they could, practicing their humanity as they resurfaced around St. Thomas and St. John. By April, the 5 sea turtles had great disguises. They stashed these disguises in abandoned sheds when they went back into the ocean and donned their caps when they walked on land. They wore blue caps, black coats, glasses, and island shirts. First, they smeared sand under their eyes and flopped on the beach at 3 a.m. in the full moon's light and dried out till morning, till they resembled sandy old people. Then they waddled to the marketplace asking prices. They gathered information for travel, and a lot of it was discouraging. For instance, the turtles were dismayed to learn they could not drive a car to Martha's Vineyard. The whole process of learning how to use transportation was rather Devonian, meaning like the age of fishes, when the first amphibians started to visit shores. The 5 turtles had to crawl. Incrementally, these 5 turtles could breathe air for longer periods of time, much longer than they could when they began to gather intel. And the shrewd nurse sharks, who loved to be with the turtles, waited for their old friends to give up. The Devonian period was 400 million years ago. La Senora was folding her towels one day back in the Seashore Allure Resort and drank a nice cup of juice. She reasons the turtle's appearance was due to voodoo magic. She had visited the concrete house on the hill of Susannaburg and talked to a voodoo priestess who nodded at her story and pronounced, "I've heard of wicked turtles walking just like wicked women wanting." In May, the turtles decided to start moving farther onto land. They peddled seashells they stored in a mesh tote bag. These were sold to passengers of the Princess Cruise Line who bought at the shops on St. Thomas. They pieced together sensible, pragmatic talk. At the same time, a man who was a U.S. transplant had begun to film the turtles and posted them online, but because he was despised, the viewers of his content despised the films. They assumed they were not really sea turtles in disguise. Some commented that it was unnatural for sea turtles to live that way. Some wished the turtles would be caught and put in turtle soup for all their daring. The turtles remained steadfast, sober, and serious, but not sad. Seeing sadness once from a little boy who forgot his sleeping bag at the airport inspired them to appreciate their struggle every day and not give in to sorrow for more than an hour at a time. Is turtle sadness different than human sadness? The boy's father said, "Move on, son. God does it for a reason. It's only a sleeping bag." In the end, the 5 sea turtles decided it was more trouble than it was worth to find another way to travel. Though considering turtles are solitary creatures, it was remarkable they had united to try in the first place.